12 Stone Church invites you to make a bold crossing. Because around 12 Stone, that's what we're all about. You could say that bold crossings have been a part of our DNA since the beginning. In 1987, God called Kevin Myers and his wife Marcia to a bold crossing as they moved from Michigan to Georgia to plant a church. Later that year, Crossroads Community Church held its first service at a movie theater in Lawrenceville, Georgia. After 5 years of meeting together, God called Pastor Kevin to another bold crossing.
Son, I need you to pray. Pray every Saturday night, and I'll show up on Sunday. Whenever you pray on Saturday night, I'll show up on Sunday. And I want you to know something. I took that seriously, and I prayed several Saturday nights in a row. And then it got to be complicated and difficult. And I said, Lord, how many Saturday nights do I actually need to pray? And he says, every time you want me to show up Sunday.
And so, Pastor Kevin committed to praying over the church every Saturday before the next day's service. This time of prayer has happened every Saturday at 12 Stone ever since. In 1995, Doug Edwards, who didn't even attend the church, found favor with our heart to reach the lost. God prompted him to donate a major piece of prime real estate, 13 acres on the corner of Calvin Davis Circle and Highway 20. Over the next few years, a new building was built on that property, and in 1998, the first service was held in that new location. This area on Highway 20 is where we would engage in weekend worship for the next 10 years. As the church grew in numbers and influence, God began to direct the hearts of the leaders into another bold crossing. In 2004, the church became dedicated to actively giving itself away in the community. It was in this season that the leadership committed to redirect the first 10% of the funds that came into the church to be used outside our walls, to serve the local, regional, and global community. In 2007, we became one church with many locations. The Hamilton Mill campus was launched in a commercial business park in Dacula, Georgia. This was followed by the opening of the Flowery Branch campus in 2009 and the Sugarloaf campus in 2012. Each location engages in live worship and the same weekly message as the Central campus through video. Near the end of 2007, we prepared for another bold crossing as the church changed its name. Throughout the Bible, whenever a name is changed, it marks a new beginning, an expanded mission, a revelation that God has something bigger. For 20 years, we met together and worshiped as Crossroads Community Church. But in late 2007, our name changed to 12 Stone Church. The name 12 Stone comes from the story of Joshua, who led the Israelites into the Promised Land. Before they could reach the Promised Land, they would have to cross the Jordan River, which was at flood stage. God told Joshua to have the priests, who were carrying the Ark of the Covenant, step into the water. When they did, the waters were cut off, allowing the Israelites to cross onto dry land. Once they were on the other side of the river, 12 stones, one for each of the 12 tribes of Israel, were taken from the river and set up as a monument so that future generations would know the power of God. The story of God's people boldly crossing the Jordan River and marking that moment with 12 stones has deeply impacted us as a church. We invite you to join with us and experience a bold crossing of your own.